Hello traders, this is Gabbie Trades here and welcome back to the channel. Well, fake market rally or a real recovery? That is the question that everyone is asking, and I know it has been tough, you guys. I understand that, but these are the moments where breakthroughs happen under our noses, so we really need to watch out. But before we dive into today's videos, don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't done it already, and subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. So first things before we talk about anything, there's been some mixed signals on Wall Street, you guys, and this is one of those split screen type of market moments, and where the Nasdaq and S&P were doing very well yesterday, but the Dow Jones actually fell. So classic market divergence when the big indices don't move in the same direction. Now, why does this matter? Well, I was speaking earlier about this today as well. We were going really well with tech stocks like Google, extremely performed super well. Microsoft, Apple, they carried the whole market up while the energy stocks were dragging lower. But here's the kicker, right? What is under the hood is that most of the stocks actually went down instead of going up. So that is what I call, and the traders call, market breadth is weak. So, and I did that analogy earlier today as well. It's kind of funny. Think of it like an army. Well, you have the generals that are the big tech giants that are charging forward, but the smaller soldiers, which are in that case the smaller stocks, aren't moving. So think if what's going to happen if the generals get tired? Well, the whole advance is going to collapse super fast. So that's the situation we're currently seeing ourselves in, and we need to be very careful. Over here, we're going to look at the market sentiment real quick. Now is sitting at 52. Well, that is smack in the middle. So it's not fearful. It's not greedy. It is just waiting right now. Volatility was also low, you guys. Low volatility, of course, everyone's going to say that is feeling calm. But when you have the breadth that is weak, that is actually meaning that some weakness is hiding behind this whole thing. Now, when we look over here, let's have a look first at the JOLTS job openings. Well, first off, we had that at 7.18 million job openings, which is the first time since 2020 or 2021, I'm gonna lie to you, I'm not sure, that we're having fewer job openings than unemployed people. So the translation here for you is that there are more people that are looking for jobs than jobs that are actually available. And that's a shift that is telling us that the labor market is cooling off. You're gonna ask, why does it matter? Well, it matters because when there are fewer job openings, there is going to be inevitably less pressure for companies to raise wages. And then when you have that lower wage pressure, obviously that is going to mean less inflation. And when you have less inflation, then the Fed is more likely to cut rates. So that is, of course, good news for stocks, good news for crypto, all the sectors that we're interested in, but it also means that we might have the economy slowing down, which is going to hurt what? It's going to hurt small businesses. Think about cyclical sectors like manufacturing, retail, and all of these small businesses over here. The crazy thing, you guys, the crazy thing, we're sitting, if you remember, we were checking the weeks before, now we're sitting at almost 100% chance of the Fed cutting rates on September 17. This is from the CME Watch tool. So that are the odds that people are expecting for these to happen. Obviously, good for us because cheaper borrowing is going to boost, the risk assets that we're interested in. But you have to think of the small print as well. Is that rate cut because of support, or is it something like damage control, for example? This is the question, right, that we need to be asking ourselves. Now, continuing here. ADP non-farm employment change came in at 54 versus expected at 73K. That is way weaker than last month, way weaker. Jobless claims, then after that, we come down and see the jobless claims. Well, you can see that they're ticked up at 237K versus 230K expected. So what are you going to think? Well, that's the two signals over there that we got, that the labor market is cooling. So the softer job market means that the Fed is less hawkish, and he's going to like bet on these rate cuts over here. And of course, we're having the ISM services PMI. Don't forget, the services is what 70% of the US economy is made of. So that is, obviously, you need to look at it as, again, it is number 50. Just remember, when you see ISM, anything above 50 is going to mean that the economy is expanding, and anything below is going to mean a recession warning over here. And here we had 52. So that is kind of looking good right now. But it's not really supporting of rate cuts. So you see how that is working. You get the data, but it's always like a mixed data. So we just need to be used to that kind of stuff. Now, as far as crypto goes over here, I found this article that Bitmine has just acquired 14,665 Ethereum that are worth 65 million, you guys. Now, think about it. These people are accumulating, and that is, even they're raising their balance sheets of Ethereum in the midst of all of this that is happening right now. And even though we still have bearish sentiment that is continuing to dominate crypto, like it's obvious for now, especially this week. And not only that, like 14% of the total holders have increased their holdings of Ethereum with 14% over the past 5 months. And over here, I just saw as well, Binance Wells. Oh, okay, you missed that. Hold on. Can I get this article back? Let me try and get it back for you guys. Binance Wells move 60,000 Ethereum in staking address. So they're stacking significant amount of Ethereum, and then you're thinking, okay, all of these stacking, very, very bullish, whatever, but the macroeconomic fear is what overweighs these bullish accumulations over here. So yeah, we still need to be very careful, even though we're seeing all of these like bullish news and everything. Let's see who's in the chat box, you guys. Brodek, we have Theta Fog and Dutchy EJ Club. Good morning, everyone. Make sure to come in the chat box. Let's see if I can see actually everyone typing. For some reason I can't really see that, but anyway, you guys, make sure to restart the chat box. Maybe it's gonna appear to me, I don't know. And make sure to smash that like button. So over here, first we're gonna start with Bitcoin. So again, we said at the beginning of the week that we're expecting for these price action over here to remain kind of in a range, right? To remain kind of in a range. That's the thing that we were expecting. So it's kind of like, okay, we're seeing what we're seeing. And we also said that even if price comes up, we need to assure ourselves a little bit, because now, like we said, this is just rotation back to create a lower low. That's how it looks like. So what we really needed to see is for price to break above 112K, but that didn't happen. So now it's not looking very pretty at the moment. And if we broke the 112K, then we wanted to see 114K. And then finally, locally, we're going to create some breakouts to the upside that are going to be positive for us. But for now, that is not the case. And like we said, the first week of the month, it's always like literally like trading Monday. You're going to get nothing out of it. So I guess you guys are kind of smart to, keep on this move. But I also like to remind you that when these things happen, the big breakthrough moments are exactly coming. So that is why you need to be prepared to take action at every single possible moment, you guys, right? So for anyone over here that is charting Ethereum, well, we also said for ETH, on the 4-hour time frame, we are kind of convinced because of the liquidity that we have over here. Again, that liquidity, you can find it with the help of my indicators. You guys, I told you many times, just go in the description box and you can find them. Let me show you over here how you can do that. And also I'm gonna control the likes and see if everyone is liking this video over here. We have over 60 people watching and we have only 18 likes. Absolutely unacceptable for me, you guys. All the work that I'm doing here for you, I want to see your appreciation of that immediately. So you guys make sure to smash that like button. But again, under the description box, if you click more, you can find all of the things that I'm using, my trading course and whatever. So that is important to check the description box over here. But let's say you're looking at Ethereum, right? So you have TradingView open, you have your indicators, and then you're seeing that liquidity. So you know that Ethereum is eventually very, very soon has to break $5,000 over here. So how are you going to position yourself? Now, you can draw whatever you want, but honestly, you guys, the easiest way, let's say if you're trading on an exchange, right? Tabbit, for example, is one of the exchanges that I'm using. So over here with Tabbit, you have such a nice positive user interface over here, you guys, that you can even create your charting directly over here on the exchange. So they have pretty much TradingView on it immediately, so it's easy for you to have a look. So if you're looking at Ethereum, for example, the first thing you want to see is the weekly time frame. So you're looking, this is a clean chart, and I want to show you case to you guys so you understand a little bit better, like on a clean chart. Let's say my charts are a little bit busy over here and you want to use Tabbit. By the way, if you want to make use of this Tabbit, you can sign up. Again, we have the link under the description box for Tabbit. They have some great offers for us over here, you guys. Bonus, offers. You can get literally up to $32,000 in bonuses if you deposit 100. If you trade a little bit within 7 days, you'll get $100 trading bonus. So all of these things, you guys, make sure to check that. But let's see, I'm going to show you how easy it is to chart on this exchange itself. So firstly and most importantly, you want to look at the weekly time frame for a very, very bullish asset. So you're looking at Ethereum, for example, over here, and you're checking, okay, what is this? What is this inflection point over here? Well, you can see that over here in March 2024, we've created this high from which we rejected, and then we rejected again, and we created a low. So we can see that price hasn't been able to break through that level for a very, very long time. So what are you going to do? You're going to draw a horizontal line according to the previous inflection points, because they will always remain inflection points. So you have drawn that line for you, so you now understand what happened before. Well, price came in up here, tapped into that level, and then it created a lower low. So finally, for the first time right now in a bull market, we are breaking that level. At what time? Timing is very important as well. Well, the timing is when? Just before the super bullish months that we're expecting in October, November, December, which are potentially going to be some of the few last months for the bull market over here. So you draw your inflection point over here, and what else are you noticing? Okay, well, first of all, you have a mini breaker block over here. So this red candle is going to showcase you that if price starts dropping below this point, you really don't want to see that. You really don't want to see price dropping below down here. How can we draw that? Let's see. No, that's fine. We actually don't need to draw that. So this is the candle over here on a weekly time frame. So this is giving you not only the level, but also the breaker block over here on a weekly time frame, which starts at $3,888 Ethereum. Not only inflection point, but also breaker block. Very important. Okay, fine. So we've identified that. We've also identified that we have a bullish fair value gap. Now, what is a fair value gap? You can just take literally your square tool, and then you can draw this price imbalance over here. That's very important. When you have bullish imbalances after a break like that, this is confirming that this move is extremely bullish. So happy days, right? We can also see that we already had one tap into that fair value gap. Now, first of all, let's go back. How do you draw the fair value gap? Well, that is going to be the space between the first and the third candle. If you see a space in between, that is going to be that is going to be your fair value gap. Okay, yes, best sound effects, dankjewel. So basically, we already had one tap into that fair value gap. So when you get taps into a fair value gap that is very, very bullish at a very important price level, the first thing you're gonna think is, okay, that is amazing. So first tap into the fair value gap, price came up, and now it's rejecting and it's retracing to the downside. If you see a retracement like that after a retap into that fair value gap, well, now the first thing you're going to consider is that this low over here of this fair value gap mitigation is going to be sort of like a liquidity point. So if price decides to drop down back to retest that fair value gap, you're most likely going to see that low swept over here. This is just a weekly time frame here on your exchange directly, and you can also create notifications for you for when price gets there. All right, so you get a little bit deeper and you can see that all of this is liquidity accumulated below. So people are going to inevitably have stop losses below this low, stop losses below this low, right? So it's very highly likely that price is going to go and, retake these stops over here. It is very highly likely. Let's have a look. Coming back on a weekly time frame. What can you do over here as well? Now, see, this was actually an ideal entry. For example, if you're looking at this, this is what's called a V-shaped recovery. The way you will trade your V-shaped recovery over here, it's very simple. I'm going to teach you again with my trading course on how you can do that, but this is an absolutely perfect entry down here to catch this move and recapture these two relatively equal highs over here. Okay, but anyway, so now you're sitting and you're like, okay, I'm gonna take a long position, but where am I gonna take that long position? Like, where am I gonna take my take profits and all of that? Well, very simple. On the exchanges, you have the most basic tools, you guys. Well, you're gonna draw over here. Hold on, that's the wrong way around. You're gonna draw your Fibonacci tool right over here. You're going to drag it to the previous leg down that's confirmed leg down. So you're going to drag that Fibonacci tool, and then you're going to find yourself some potential targets for upside for Ethereum. So usually traders really like 1.618 part of the Fibonacci tool or 2.618. So you clearly can see that there is a potential for Ethereum to come up to almost, what are we looking at? 8,545K level. Well, that's pretty awesome. That is going to bring around 95% return on a potential catch over here. So knowing that this high is liquidity as we identified using the indicators on TradingView, it is so simple. You can trade that literally on Tablet with such a friendly user face experience over here. So now you've identified that. Okay, your stream keeps freezing, not having issues on other channels. See, that is very weird because my stream never freezes. So let me see if I can close some stuff here for you guys. Maybe close some tabs, but I don't think it should be freezing. So fine for me. Okay, cool. Guys, let's focus because this setup is going to be really, really nice. Going down on a daily time frame. Let's try to evaluate this a little bit more. So over here on a daily time frame, you can see that you have multiple fair value gaps over here. So, for me personally, it is more likely on a daily time frame that this low is going to be taken, just like we said. So that is going to mean to me that this little tiny fair value gap here on a daily time frame is potentially going to be a little bit more how do you say it? Where's my English? Wait. A little bit more probable over here. So this little one is going to be probable. What do you also have here? You have a nice break of the previous high that's developed over here, create a lower low. So you might as well just have a tap into that area over here. But like we said, it is very important on a weekly time frame for Ethereum to be holding this level, right? This red candle over here, that is going to be your identification that price needs to tap into that zone, reject that zone, because I'm going to tell you something on a weekly time frame. When you're looking at candles like this one, bearish printed within a massive bull leg, if price trades through these points and has a body close below the lowest point of this body, then we're screwed big time, right? So I don't think that is going to be the case, especially with Ethereum, showing us liquidity on a high time frame. Now this chart looks so busy, even for me. Even for me. Yeah, okay, it was a VPN issue. Okay, I get it, dude. That's fine. No worries at all. Hope everything is good. But again, yeah, like I said, this is a Tabit. They're my new partners together with Coin Bureau. And so far, I'm liking this charting. I'm liking what they offer. I'm going to make you more videos in regards to their indicators and how you can use them as professional traders, right? You can just go on the exchange tab, and again, you can find the link over here in the description box, and make sure to follow my main YouTube channel as well, because I'm trying to grow it and it's very hard and it's annoying as hell. But anyway, looking at our chart, just like all of our predictions over here that we made for potential pullback, we know that price needs to wick this area of this low over here, wicket, because we also have daily support over here, and continue. All right, so that is what is very, very possible. But also, not to mention true month open over here. The reason why price is trading above this level right now is because we are still in the previous month, according to the way I trade. Some people are going to tell you that's crazy, but I have methods that are crazy that work for me. And again, if you want to learn them, make sure to get on the wait list, which is down here as well. So basically, this is a form of support for the entirety of August over here. So that's why we're kind of still respecting that area. But with the start of next month, which is going to be, for me and according to the way I trade, is going to be next week, Monday, that is when things are going to go down a little bit more seriously over here. And you know what? With Friday having non-farm payroll, it might as well just happen on Friday, you guys. Like I'm telling you, these news are going to be huge. So yeah, that's why we've been trading above this point over here. And if we break it, it should be a very brief retest down here to come up and capture Ethereum's high over here, you guys. So I just wanted to say also, if you have any altcoin requests, any charts that you want me to look at, put them in the chat box and I will look at them for you today, you guys. And just like I did on my main channel, I want to show you something for Solana here. Okay, 4-hour time frame, I don't like it anymore. This is not good. Okay, so this is just recently developed right now on the 4-hour time frame with this lower high over here. So now, unfortunately, on a lower time frame, Solana is giving us a little bit of a shocker over here, because that might mean that we might come down and again retest that level over here. Not very pretty, but it's now a massive liquidation level for Sol. But again, all good, because it's going to be within the buy zone that we had. And last week and this week on Tuesday, we were hoping for this buy zone to hold, and it did held quite nicely. So Sol did really well. So there is a possibility that price might come down and take this low for Solana. Sorry to inform you guys. But on the bright side, I'm going to tell you exactly the levels that you need to be watching for Solana in order for price to break through. And these levels are going to be exactly around 214 here for Solana. So once you get a break above this level, this is going to be very, very positive, because then that would mean that there is literally no stopping Solana. But we have to break that level. We have to break it, maybe retest it. It's going to be a nice entry if we retest it as well. There is going to be no stopping Solana to 235, 245 next levels right over here. Let's make it a little bit more straight like a lightning. Yes. And then over here, we should not forget that we have a little bit of a sell zone, so we should be expecting for price to pull back to some extent within that mini range that we're trading, because that's not the high time frame range. The high time frame range has already confirmed long time ago that Solana is most probably going to break its high over here at $300, $295 to $300 Solana. So these things are on the picture, and that is why we're sitting patient right now. But I'm telling you guys, when price is ranging like this, if you get a pullback, it's literally like a gift from the heavens, because yeah, once price goes parabolic, it's going to be hard for us. Yes, you guys, show support, hit that like button. We have AVAX as a request. We need to have at least 80 likes right now. I don't know how many likes we have, but we need to have at least 80 likes. And you guys, again, if you want to make use of like all the nice you know, bonuses that I managed to get here for you on TapBit, make sure to come in the description box and find the link. Is literally the first link down here to register to get all these bonuses and use the amazing user face that I just showed you how to use and to draw your fib tools and everything. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to the requests real quick over here. AVAX, AVAX, AVAX. Sure, the Dutchies love AVAX. It's not AX, but sounds like it. Okay, so AVAX, I don't like it at the moment. Daily liquidity is kind of respected. This formation is respected right now, so it doesn't look very good. Can price go parabolic? Of course, like it's not, you know, 100% given that we're gonna come and take that low, but yeah, lots of liquidation sitting at $20.5. So $20 is a major liquidation point here for AVAX. Not very cool. What else are we seeing over here? One second. On the bright side though, on the bright side, and a higher time frame, which is weekly, which is what you should care about, is that we have a double liquidity. Oh my god, how did I miss that? I'm so going to trade AVAX. That is insane. Okay, fine, this is great. Okay, let's review. Daily time frame is not looking very great. Daily time frame over here is not looking very great, but on the weekly it's looking fine. So the reason for this pullback over here is because, again, on the weekly we had a liquidity formation over here, and as you can see, we've taken the liquidity, right? We've taken it over here, so price is then rejecting daily time frame, weekly time frame. When you take liquidity, it's very likely for price to pull back, right, on a higher time frame. Get the indicators, you guys. Honestly, Lux Algo is they're the best in the entire industry. I don't know in one language to say it to you. You won't have better indicators than that. They're going to show you liquidity for price and are going to give you confidence in your trades. I don't care if you want to trade your trading style, go ahead and do it, you guys. I respect every trader that is profitable, even 51% of the time. That is still good enough. So yeah, you can still make use of that. But anyway, AVAX, love it. And why do I love it? Because we have double liquidity formation on AVAX. So that, what does that mean? Well, that means once we clear one side of the liquidity, price is inevitably, well, most probably, according to what I've seen for so many years trading these formations, is going to target $65 over here on AVAX. Why is AVAX so low on my list? I need to bring it up so I can see it. Hold on, because I probably have like, I don't know, probably like 400, 500 symbols over here. It's actually a crazy house in my trade view, you guys. I really need to take the time and clear it. Like all this time that I'm talking to you, I'm just like dragging the mouse, trying to get it up. It's crazy. Okay, well, it's kind of up right now. Okay, yeah, under Pyth, no, CRV, yeah, just stay here. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have double liquidity formation here on AVAX, like I said. So $65 seem very likely for me after I've seen this. on a weekly time frame. And also very good that we've taken liquidity to the downside over here. And once you do that, retest the liquidity, absolutely amazing, perfect entry. So if you would like to refine your entry on AVAX, if you're like on a higher leverage, you would probably like want for higher leverage. I think I'd probably would want for this low to be taken at like $20.5. So let's say we have like a drop down, let's say, I don't know, like next week or this week or with the beginning of next week, we have a drop down, we clear this, there is a support here on a daily time frame as well. So let's mark it. Support on a daily time frame. Let's take the rest of the indicators that are also part of the bundle, you guys, once you get them. And we can see over here that we have a potentiality of actually to drop to $18, but I don't think it's going to happen. We have 2 daily fair value gap over here. On a weekly, we have a massive weekly fair value gap. So this area should hold over here. Even on a weekly time frame, it looks really good. It looks good, you guys. It looks good. So yeah, weekly time frame, bullish fair value gap over here. That's going to clear the daily liquidity that we just saw, and it's going to be absolutely perfect for an entry over here. And in fact, AVAX is like at such a nice level because it's trading just above 0.236. It is very rare that you're going to find price legs that are trading below 0.236, which means a massive buy zone, like incredibly massive buy zone. And if I didn't have the liquidity up here sitting at 1, I'd be probably looking to take profits around $53. But having seen the liquidity, that's a hold in my opinion. Okay, all right, we're gonna go one by one over here. So GRT, okay, there is no way I'm gonna see GRT. Oh, okay, I saw it. GRT. Yeah, you see, like GRT is not one of the charts that I'm absolutely in love with. It is not one of the charts. Weekly time frame, it doesn't look good as AVAX. Daily time frame, it looks fine. So daily time frame on GRT, we have liquidity at 0.349, and I'm pretty sure we had more actually on GRT. Yeah, 0.55, but that's crazy. Like the thing is, like, you know, when the chart is so bearish, I am not going to hold my breath to catch 0.55, but instead I will definitely stick around for 0.34. Let's measure 0.34. That's like 300% gain. Oh my god, yeah, like that's very good. So over here, and it's at an ultimate buy zone. Let's zoom in. So yeah, in case price starts failing over here, this is the buy zone. Unfortunately, lots of liquidity, generated down here in these lows. So there is a high probability that price is going to clear that and maybe even tap into the ultimate buy zone down here, which is below 0.075. That is going to be a massive buy signal for me. Massive buy signal. Okay, so we have GRT, we have FIL. Okay. Oh no, I can see it. That's fine. FIL. Let's have a look. What was I looking at? Yeah, so FIL on a daily time frame is also like similar to GRT, because you do have over here a potentiality of like $8.4, which is kind of a massive gain over here. So that's similar. Yeah, around 260%. So that's looking fine. Daily time frame, like imminent liquidity, also looking fine. Imminent liquidity at $3 for FIL, so that's fine. And when you see these formations, by the way, if you don't know how to trade them, again, get the indicators, you guys. Just listen to me. Go ahead and get them. Try them for 1 month or whatever. And once you see all of these, just mark them on your charts. And yeah, just do that, you guys. Honestly, it's going to help you. And then on my main YouTube channel, which you have to go and follow over here, I've made a video on how to use these indicators, but I'm going to show you now as well, especially for the liquidity one. So when you have these formations, I tell you always here live that the two bottoms over here are sort of like a buy zone. So you would be expecting for price to find support within this area for fill, and then you would be having $3, and then you have some resistance at $3.2. Let's see if we're going to break that, because if we break that, the following resistance 4.3, 4.6, and if we manage to make that, happy days, we're heading to $8. Pretty clear. No, I wanted to do Control Z. Pretty clear path to there, you guys. ARB. Yeah, so okay, daily time frame, fine. ARB, 1.24 liquidity for ARB, not bad at all. It is not bad. 1.54 looks like a massive resistance area, so I wouldn't really hold my breath for that. But anyway, anywhere between this price range, I think I'm interested in. So over here again, we've taken some liquidity and we have managed to retrace a little bit, so that is some opportunities for us. And again, 1.24 sits as liquidity here on ARB, you guys. Very cool, very cool. So the buy zone is seeming kind of weak to me. So from now on ARB, if it's not this buy zone, possible that it is, you're looking at 0.45 and 0.42. These are the two levels. Make a screenshot, whatever you need to do, you guys. Go ahead and do it. But this buy zone is looking very weak for me at this point, to be fair. It is looking weak indeed. So yeah, you're potentially looking for one of the daily supports to hold over here. Let's have a look at Ondo. Ondo, Perps, Binance, where are you? Here. Ouch. Well, it was brilliant. Down here was very, very nice on Ondo. This back to our daily, that was such a beautiful entry. And by the way, these daily supports, again, you get with the indicators, and that's a support from October 2024. Combined with a buy zone, it doesn't get better than this, you guys. It doesn't get better. And just like I explained to you earlier, when you're looking at the charts like that and you see that already an area has been mitigated once, right? Liquidity, mitigated twice, liquidity, and then you get a deeper pullback, and that is when price makes a higher high. So that's how these things work. So over here we're seeing liquidity at 0.843 on Ondo. So yeah, I don't know, it looks like it wants to take that. Weekly is not giving anything. The good thing is it's trading below 0.236. So again, you would at least have a chance to grab a move until 1.79. Until 1.79 would make sense on Ondo. Did we look at ARB? I think we looked at ARB. VET, gosh, so hard to find. Okay, yeah, VET is here. Let's see, we've charted this a little bit. So again, like you see, this is what happens, right? 0.786 sell zone, and it goes way too deep over here this year. Not favorite. Not favorite. Trading in between support zones. Trading in between support zones. Absolutely not respecting the little buy zone over here that we have. That's probably on a 4-hour time frame. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, you're having a range here that's getting very, very small and tiny. Look at this range. Hold on. What did we do? Look at this range. Like it's getting tiny. It's getting tiny. So price about to break out. Price about to break out at some point, whether to the downside or to the upside. Hopefully to the upside as it reaches a peak point over here. But it's also a potentiality that price might drop a little bit further down. Actually, if you're looking at the daily formation over here, you can even see that price is potential to drop and retest like even the lower low over here. So not very nice, but let's hope that 0.01993 holds as support. You guys are more than welcome. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Again, if you have any requests, pop them in the chat box, and don't forget to sign up for Tabbit if you're looking to trade these things. Again, these are all the bonuses. Look at here. It's actually kind of crazy how many bonuses we have, and the links for everything, my main channel, Tabbit, you can find them all in the description box, you guys. So go ahead and check that if you're interested. And we're gonna have a look at Pyth. Where is the chart that I have? I swear I saw it in my chart. Okay, whatever. Let's get a new one. Yeah, again, not one of my favorite charts. Anything that's created a lower low, I don't like. I don't like it. Okay, well, what is that? A week ago or end of August over here, we've had a massive pump. Great. But as you can see, it just reached like literally over here resistance that's created from like September 2024, middle of September. So that was a, you know, a resistance zone. So price rejected immediately. Well, if it's going to be good, honestly, you're looking for at least like a drop to here, in my opinion, right? At least a drop to here to retest that pump. And if that holds, the pump is real. If that doesn't hold, the pump is not real. So basically, that's how you need to look at this. Does that make sense, you guys? Well, thank you so much for being here. Absolutely amazing crowd. Really appreciate you guys. And make sure to come on my live streams because I can check your alts and I'm more than happy to do so for you. So see you in the next one.